The most expensive games ever made and how much it cost to make them. As the capabilities of home consoles and high-end gaming rigs have increased, most modern titles are now costing publishers and developers tens of millions of dollars to produce. Consoles that were more expensive than the PS5 and Xbox Series X at launch, and consoles that were much cheaper. As a result, the record for the most expensive video game ever developed has been shattered multiple times over the past decade or so. 18. Final Fantasy VII. Development cost, $40 million plus. Most consider it to be one of the best Final Fantasy games of all time, and its impact on both the franchise and the genre can still be felt to this day. 17. Dead Space 2. Development cost, $60 million plus. All of these improvements came at a high price, however, with the game's developers later revealing that Dead Space 2 cost $60 million to develop. 16. Watch Dogs. Development cost, $68 million plus. Thankfully, the game sold a lot better than it reviewed, breaking several Ubisoft records as it flew past the 8 million units mark in just a couple of months. 15. Shenmue. Development cost, $70 million to $47 million. For many years, Shenmue held the Guinness World Record for the most expensive video game ever made, with reports suggesting that the Dreamcast classic cost Sega a staggering $70 million to develop. 14. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Development cost, $75 million plus. The latest chapter in the excellent Tomb Raider reboot series, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, also happens to be Lara's most expensive outing to date. 13. Metal Gear Solid V: The Phantom Pain. Development cost, $80 million plus. It's looking probable that Metal Gear Solid V: The Phantom Pain will be Hideo Kojima's final Metal Gear game, with the influential Japanese developer having parted ways with Konami back in 2015. 12. Defiance. Development cost, $80 million plus. Defiance was an MMO third-person shooter that was released for the Xbox 360, PS3, and PC back in 2013. MMOs that are amazing, after a rough opening few hours. The report estimates that around $80 million went towards the game itself. This amount could be considerably higher, given that an enhanced version of the title was released for the PS4 and Xbox One. Defiance. Third-person shooter. 11. Immortals of AVM. Development cost, $80 million plus. Immortals of AVM had a development budget of more than $80 million, yet has never had more than 800 concurrent players on Steam. 10. Battlefield 4. Development cost, $100 million plus. According to the company's former chief creative officer Richard Hillerman, the series' fourth entry cost $100 million to develop, making Battlefield 4 the franchise's most expensive title to date. 9. Max Payne 3. Development cost, $105 million plus. One of these is Max Payne 3. 8. Grand Theft Auto 5. Development cost, $137 million plus. Regardless of one's thoughts on the game itself, it's hard to argue that the $137 million Rockstar poured into the initial development of Grand Theft Auto 5 wasn't money well spent. 7. Destiny. Development cost, $140 million plus. All of this success has come at a cost though, with Bungie's initial publishing agreement with Activision suggesting that the first game cost somewhere in the region of $140 million to develop. Destiny, the most disturbing things that happen in the games. Destiny 2 is bigger and better than its predecessor in just about every measurable way and has spent considerably longer as the developer's main focal point. 6. Red Dead Redemption 2. Development cost, $170 million plus. The game alone is thought to have set the developer back between $170 and $240 million, with as much as $300 million spent on marketing on top of that amount. 5. Cyberpunk 2077. Development cost, $174 million plus. According to one of the company's own financial reports, around $174 million was spent on development, making it one of the most expensive games ever produced at the time of writing. 4. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Development cost, $200 million plus. Reports suggest that the game had a $200 million development budget, making it one of EA's most expensive and most ambitious projects of all time. 3. Horizon Forbidden West. Development cost, $212 million plus. Horizon Forbidden West was released in early 2022 and had a development budget of around $212 million, which is thought to have been significantly higher than that of the original. 2. The Last of Us Part 2. Development cost, $220 million plus. However, in mid-2023, unredacted court documents revealed the development budgets for Horizon Forbidden West and The Last of Us Part 2, the latter of which cost Sony around $220 million to produce. 1. Star Citizen. Development cost, $514 million plus. Following several highly successful crowdfunding campaigns, developer Cloud Imperium Games was able to raise more than $300 million for the production of Star Citizen. The most expensive movies based on games.